The human, Alex Carter, had never expected to wake up on a spaceship that wasn't his own. The last thing he remembered was walking along the quiet woods near his home, looking for the rare mineral samples he had been hired to collect. One moment he had been crouching near a glimmering rock, and the next, a sudden flash of light had swallowed him whole. Now he was in a room that seemed to hum with energy, smooth walls reflecting faint blue light, and a soft vibration in the floor that hinted the ship was moving. He rubbed his eyes, trying to make sense of everything. Then he heard it, the soft whir of a door sliding open. Alex turned quickly. A figure stepped through, tall and slender, with shimmering skin that reflected the light like liquid silver. Her eyes were bright, intelligent, and full of curiosity. She moved with a grace that seemed impossible, as if gravity and time were nothing to her. "I am Lyra," she said, her voice musical, almost like wind chimes. "You are?" Unexpected, Alex swallowed hard. I think you mean I am," he replied, unsure if the words were brave or foolish. Lyra tilted her head, studying him. Then, with a playful glint in her eyes, she held out a small device, a cube that seemed to float between her fingers. "This is a challenge," she said, as if the words themselves were part of a game. "If you can figure it out, I will show you the rest of the ship. If not—" She paused, a small smile forming. "You will remain here learning from the lights and walls." Alex frowned. He wasn't a puzzle master, but he wasn't about to give up. He took a step forward, examining the cube. It shifted colors, pulsing gently. He tapped it, and it responded by emitting soft, harmonic tones. His mind raced. This wasn't just a simple gadget. It responded to intention, to understanding. He remembered the minerals in the woods, their refractive properties. Could this be connected? Lyra watched quietly, her head cocked to one side. Every time Alex moved, the cube adjusted, almost teasing him. He laughed nervously, feeling the tension in his chest loosen. For the first time, he realized something incredible. This alien wasn't hostile. She was curious. And she wanted him to prove himself. After what felt like hours, but could have been minutes, Alex finally aligned the cube's sides in a pattern that resonated perfectly. A soft chime echoed in the room, and the cube dissolved into light, leaving only a faint shimmer in the air. Lyra clapped, though her movement was more elegant than any human clap. "Impressive," she said. "Most humans cannot understand these devices without extensive study." "You are different," Alex blinked. "Different good, I hope?" She laughed, a sound that was pure warmth. "Good," she said. "Now follow me. The ship will show you more, but you must move carefully." He followed her down winding corridors that seemed alive, walls glowing softly, responding to their presence. Every surface was smooth, every corner precise, yet somehow it felt organic, like the ship itself was breathing. Lyra moved confidently, leading him through areas that would have been impossible to navigate alone. Finally, they arrived at a large chamber, filled with strange holographic displays floating in midair. Alex's jaw dropped. Stars, planets, and nebulae rotated slowly around the room, information panels flickering with data he could barely comprehend. "This is the observation deck," Lyra explained. "Here we study the universe, learn, and prepare. You will see much, but you must remember, knowledge is a gift, not a weapon." Alex nodded, his mind racing. I don't even know what to ask first." Lyra smiled again, stepping closer. "Then do not ask, observe." He did. He watched as distant galaxies collided in the holograms, black holes bending light, stars being born and dying in magnificent displays. For the first time in his life, Alex felt small, but not insignificant. The vastness of space was overwhelming, yet he was part of it now. His human mind, limited though it might be, could still understand, still contribute. "Humans are remarkable," Lyra said suddenly, breaking his reverie. Alex looked at her, puzzled. "Your species. You adapt, improvise, and persist. Many alien races forget these things. They build machines, technology, weapons, but they lose heart. You, Alex, you still have heart." Alex felt a surge of pride, even though he barely knew her. I just try to survive," he said honestly. "Survival is more than instinct," Lyra said. "It is creativity, courage, and curiosity. You have shown all three already." Alex chuckled nervously, unsure if he should feel proud or embarrassed. I guess I just didn't want to stay lost in the woods. Or in space," he added, realizing how absurd that sounded. Lyra didn't laugh. She merely observed, her eyes softening. "You will do more than survive. I believe you will thrive. Before Alex could respond, the room shifted. The holograms melted away, replaced by a vast window looking out into space. Stars stretched into streaks as the ship accelerated. Alex's stomach lurched slightly, but he didn't complain. Instead, he stared in awe. A massive planet loomed ahead, blue and green with swirling clouds. He felt a thrill, a sense of adventure he hadn't known since childhood. Where are we going? He asked. To learn, Lyra said simply, and perhaps to help. There is a conflict rising in this sector, and your species may play a part. Alex's heart skipped. Me? I'm just a human from Earth. Lyra's smile was gentle but unwavering. Perhaps. But sometimes the smallest beings carry the greatest potential. You are here for a reason, Alex. Your actions, your decisions will shape what comes next. He tried to imagine it. A human, one person, making a difference across the stars. It felt impossible, yet the confidence in Lyra's eyes was contagious. He wanted to rise to the challenge, even if he didn't yet understand what it would demand. The day, or perhaps it was night, though the concept seemed strange here, passed as Lyra guided him through simulations, teaching him alien languages, star navigation, and even basic strategies for diplomacy. Alex felt his mind expand, his senses sharpening. He realized that humans, though physically limited compared to some alien races, had an advantage: creativity, ingenuity, willpower, and he intended to prove that. As the final simulation ended, Lyra stood beside him. Tomorrow you will meet others, she said. Allies, adversaries, and perhaps friends. Remember what you have learned. Trust your instincts, think creatively, and never underestimate the value of courage. Alex nodded, feeling a strange mix of fear and excitement. I'll do my best. Lyra's eyes glimmered with amusement. Best is enough. For now. He leaned back in his chair, staring at the stars outside. The vast unknown stretched endlessly, but he no longer felt small. He felt ready, and somewhere deep inside he knew that this was only the beginning of an adventure that would test not just his skill, but the very essence of what it meant to be human. Somewhere in the corridors of the ship, Lyra watched him, silent, contemplative, yet oddly pleased. Humans were strange creatures, messy, unpredictable, yet brilliant in ways many advanced species could not comprehend. Perhaps she thought this one could make a difference. As Alex drifted into a restless sleep in a room that shimmered faintly with alien energy, he dreamed of stars, strange worlds, and a future he could not yet see. But for the first time in his life, he felt certain of one thing. Humans were special. And he was going to prove it. Alex awoke to a soft hum vibrating through the ship. The light outside his window had shifted. Distant stars streaked past as the vessel moved at incredible speed. Today he would meet others, the allies, as Lyra had said. He felt both excitement and nervousness. He had already learned so much, yet he knew that nothing could fully prepare him for the challenges ahead. Lyra appeared beside him, as if she had materialized out of thin air. It is time, she said. We are approaching the meeting station. You will see beings from multiple systems, and each will test your judgment in different ways. Alex swallowed, adjusting to the weight of expectation. I just hope I can keep up, he admitted. You can, Lyra replied with quiet confidence. Humans have a unique way of thinking, creative, flexible, unpredictable. That is why you are here. That is why I chose you. The corridors of the ship felt different today, less intimate and more formal as they approached the docking bay. Ships of many shapes and sizes floated in the station's hold, each one representing different civilizations. Some were smooth and metallic, others organic-looking, almost like living creatures. Aliens moved through the station, talking in languages Alex could barely understand, gestures fluid and precise. Yet in the midst of all this, he felt a strange thrill. Humans were new here, and he was going to show that they could make a difference. Lyra guided him to a large chamber where delegates from various systems gathered. Each had unique features, tall beings with translucent skin, short ones with multiple arms, and others that seemed almost invisible except for faint ripples in the air. Alex felt a pang of anxiety. He had never interacted with anyone like this, and it would be easy to make a mistake. A large alien, its body shimmering with green patterns, stepped forward and spoke. The translator device on Alex's wrist immediately converted the sounds into English. Who is this human? What value can a single species of small, fragile beings offer us? Alex straightened, remembering Lyra's words about human courage and ingenuity. "I may be small," he said carefully, "but humans have faced impossible odds on our planet and survived. We can adapt, think creatively, and find solutions where others fail. I hope to show you that we are worth listening to." A murmur ran through the chamber. Some beings looked intrigued, others skeptical. The green-patterned alien raised multiple arms in a gesture of challenge. "Very well. We shall see if your species can truly contribute. There's a problem in this sector. A mining colony on Virelia 3 has gone silent. Others have failed to investigate. You will go." Alex felt his heart race. This was it, a real test. "I'll do it," he said without hesitation, surprising even himself. Lyra nodded. "I will assist you remotely. Your decisions, your resourcefulness will be key. Remember, humans have creativity. That will carry you far." The journey to Virelia 3 was tense. Alex and a small team of mixed-species explorers traveled in a shuttle that hummed as it cut through the atmosphere. Lyra's voice guided him, giving advice, suggesting strategies, and occasionally pointing out dangers that his human senses might miss. When they arrived, the planet's surface stretched before them. Jagged mountains, dense forests, and rivers of unusual colors. The mining colony lay at the base of a mountain, darkened and silent. Something was wrong, and Alex knew this would test everything he had learned. The shuttle landed, and Alex stepped out, scanning the area. The buildings were intact but empty. No signs of life moved. He felt a cold shiver, though the atmosphere was breathable. He noticed small tracks in the soil. Aliens, but not like any he had seen before. Lyra's voice guided him. "Observe carefully. Patterns are important. Creatures leave traces. Read the signs." Hours passed as Alex examined the colony. He found broken equipment, strange markings, and traces of energy pulses that didn't match any technology he knew. His mind raced, piecing together what might have happened. Then a sudden movement caught his eye. Shadows slipped between the buildings, fast and silent. "They're watching us," he whispered to his team. "Stay alert." The creatures revealed themselves, small insect-like beings with crystalline shells, moving in precise formations. They didn't attack immediately. Instead, they observed, circling, testing. Alex realized they were intelligent, assessing whether the humans and allies were a threat. He took a deep breath and acted. Using what he had learned from Lyra, he projected a series of light pulses from a portable device, mimicking the rhythm he had seen in the creature's movements. To his surprise, the creatures paused, then responded with synchronized flashes. Communication. It was the first time humans had ever tried this. Lyra's voice, calm and excited, guided him through interpreting the responses. "They are willing to negotiate. Be careful but be bold. Use creativity, not force." Alex carefully approached, keeping his movements slow and deliberate. He realized that the colony had not failed because of mechanical problems. It had been abandoned due to fear. The creatures had been protecting a valuable resource, misunderstood as hostile by previous explorers. Using a combination of light patterns, gestures, and careful observation, Alex began to convey peaceful intentions. Slowly, the creatures allowed him closer to the central facility. Inside, he found the missing colonists, safe but trapped by a malfunctioning energy barrier triggered by the creature's protective instincts. Alex quickly analyzed the situation. Humans weren't the strongest or fastest, but he had learned to improvise, to think outside the box. Using tools available in the colony, he rigged a temporary interface with the creature's energy systems, carefully adjusting the frequencies until the barrier deactivated. The colonists were freed. The creatures retreated a short distance, watching. Alex turned to them and projected a final sequence of light pulses, indicating friendship and respect. Slowly, the creatures returned to their territory, no longer aggressive. Alex had won not through force but through understanding, ingenuity, and courage, the very traits Lyra had praised in humans. The colonists cheered, grateful and amazed. Alex felt a surge of pride but also humility. Humans were not invincible, but their creativity and heart could achieve incredible things. Lyra's voice spoke again, calm and approving. "You see now, Alex? Humans are special, not because we are strong or fast, but because we can think, adapt, and solve problems in ways others cannot. This is why you are here." As the shuttle departed, Alex looked down at Virelia 3. The creatures moved among the forests and the colonists waved. For the first time, Alex felt the weight of responsibility, but also the thrill of accomplishment. Humans had made a difference. They had proven their worth. Returning to the station, Alex was greeted by the delegates. Even the skeptical green-patterned alien who had doubted him bowed in recognition. "You have shown that a single human can change outcomes in ways others cannot foresee," it said. "Your species carries qualities that we must respect." Lyra watched from the side, her expression serene but proud. "This is only the beginning," she said. "There will be more challenges, more conflicts, more decisions. But humans have heart. And that heart will always find a way." Alex nodded, feeling both exhausted and exhilarated. He had faced the unknown, solved problems no one else could, and earned the respect of beings far more advanced than himself. Yet he knew this was just the start. The universe was vast, full of mysteries, dangers, and opportunities. And humans, through courage, ingenuity, and determination, were ready to meet it. As the station's observation deck shimmered around him, Alex realized that this adventure had changed him. He would return to Earth one day, but he would never be the same. Humans were small in the cosmic scale, but their spirit, their ability to innovate and persevere made them extraordinary. And somewhere deep inside, Alex felt a promise. This was only the first chapter of humanity's place among the stars. He glanced at Lyra, who offered a small, knowing smile. "Well done, Alex," she said. "Now rest. Tomorrow we begin a new mission." Alex smiled, feeling the truth of her words. He had learned that the universe did not belong to the strongest or the fastest, but to those who could think, adapt, and act with courage. Humans had proven themselves today, and in the vast, endless cosmos he knew they would continue to do so. One bold decision, one clever action at a time. For Alex Carter, the adventure had only just begun, and the stars awaited.